to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And on this incredible Saturday, where we get a double dip of gaming information. One was Xbox, now it's PlayStation turn. Xbox first, PlayStation second. This is Xbox Frontline News. But gaming news is key. If you like anything that you see here, like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the weekends being a special video drop for all. Members get the videos early, while subs get the videos later. But I appreciate each and every last one of you nonetheless. With PlayStation for the first time facing extraordinary amounts of scrutiny, while Xbox is living it up with the fun, newfound, how do we say, celebrity when it comes to the gaming media, while placing their games in places that they shouldn't. PlayStation is reaping the rewards and benefits while taking a step back from PC. And we have the reasons why PlayStation is taking a step back from PC while pushing forward with the end of physical, but also dropping some of the best exclusives for the platform. With Wolverine getting ready to show up and God of War Laufey in the wins, is PlayStation playing the right game at the right time? Or is it game over? Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. We're going to run it up on these bums. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. Now, this is brought to you by PC Magazine. Mark your calendars. PlayStation gamers plan a massive August boycott. And this is brought to you by B. Witherheimer. Next month, Game Preservation Group Does It Play wants PlayStation users to avoid logins, play sessions, and purchases for the week over the decision to ditch physical games. It's not going to work. It hasn't been working, but we're going to get right into that as we speak. The PlayStation users are going through it. Sony angered gamers recently by announcing that it would end physical discs by 2028. And on Friday, PlayStation Network went down temporarily, leaving players without access to digital games for hours. Now, in a response to the chaos, players are organizing their own shutdown. Gamers Preservation Group Does It Play is planning on an economic and gameplay blackout for the week of August 23rd, dubbed PlayStation Blackout. Is called on players to keep the PlayStations powered off for a week. No logins, no PlayStations, no purchases on any of the Sony platforms. For several years now, Sony Interactive Entertainment has continued to grow further apart from its fan base. Does It Play's rights? Whether it's closing beloved studios like Bluepoint, pursuing misguided live service strategies, canceling fan events, leaving PlayStation VR 2 to die, or being completely out of touch with the franchises players want to see return, PlayStation has never felt more disconnected from the community. We're watching, we're learning, and we're taking note. But they're not listening to you. The sentiment is certainly backed by the numbers. Many have taken to social media platforms to criticize the move to an all-digital petition called Don't Kill the Disc. Has racked up nearly 350,000 signatures as of Monday, while the digital copy that released after that petition went live of Black Ops 2 has sold 7 million. Seems to be a failure, if you ask me. However, the efficiency of these player-organized boycotts is dubious at best. The thing about organizing is the demands are only met through a sustained effort. There's a reason why labor strikes don't have a permanent date, an end date. They continue to apply financial pressure until the company is effectively forced to an agreement. This will not work, but again, I'm having fun watching all you grifters grift. Sony PlayStation's profit rose, and it didn't rise by traditional means. It rose over the fact that tariffs, they had a refund, and we weren't part of it. Sony PlayStation profits rose 37%, powered by tariff refunds, not game sales. And this is brought to you by Gadget Review and Anne-Marie Dejour. Tariff refunds and currency swung drove Sony's gaming gains as PlayStation 5 shipments fell 36% and first-party sales slipped. Sony's 37% profit surge stemmed from the U.S. tariff refunds and not game or hardware sales growth. PlayStation 5 quarterly shipments dropped 36% year over year, signaling the console has entered its mature phase. A class action alleged Sony pocketed tariff refunds while keeping elevated PlayStation 5 prices, as consumers have already played. This is the issues that we face. These corporations digging in our pockets while getting paid on the back end. We suffer all the way around the boards. With the new RAM apocalypse, so-called RAM apocalypse, the prices stay in place while we suffer. Sony is reaping the benefits while padding their stats to make it seem like they're profitable. I always told you that their money looked funny in the light, and now we know why. The correspondence table has taken to a situation where a user on Reddit decided that they were going to use the Steam machine as their main gaming device for a week, and they loved it. They had the best of all the worlds. Some PlayStation games, some Xbox games, and PC games. And they didn't miss it. This is the reason why Xbox and PlayStation is going to be pulling away from Steam. Steam now has become a player in the living room. And becoming a player in the living room makes it confrontational. I support PlayStation with removing their games from Steam. I support Xbox with removing their games from Steam and using their own platforms. PlayStation's own gaming store for PC is soon to come. While Microsoft and Xbox already have the Microsoft Store, PlayStation is sure to follow. With gaming on PC still being a central part of PlayStation trying to dominate the household in every facet, the Steam machine is a product that they can no longer support. They need 100%, not 70%. The Reddit user Red the Blue Pirate shared his impressions after a week of active Steam use. With the extensive gaming experience dating back to the NES and numerous PC builds, the enthusiast decided to test the device as his primary system. As a result, his usual powerful gaming computer running the operating system's Windows remained turned off for an entire week, and the novelty of using his specialized device from Valve never wore off. It's reasons like this that make the big two give you the F. Well, you can figure out the rest. This is brought to you by Tom's Hardware and Zai Lao. Sony doubles down on axing physical games in discs. CFO reiterates, we're going to cautiously move forward with this. Any one of you guys that are grifting, that is a content creator, that is telling people to do this blackout stuff, well, it is an absolute grift because you're not doing it. If you do any kind of reviews, if you're talking to any of these companies, we know that you get digital copies. You're not supporting any of this stuff. It is an absolute grift. It's an absolute lie. But again, you guys tune to Xbox Frontline News. We give you the absolute real grift, not available here. Despite widespread public backlash, Sony has reaffirmed its plan to transition PlayStation to an all-digital platform during the company's financials 2026 first quarter earnings call. The company is moving forward with ending the production of physical game discs in January 2028. After that date, the company will no longer manufacture physical media for new game releases. This decision gives PlayStation fans and retailers little over a year and a half to prepare for the change. Listen, the jig is up. It's over. That whole "this is how you trade a disc" stuff is dead. They use propaganda to win you over. Now you're locked into an ecosystem where back compatibility is only a purchase away. You must purchase your games over again. You have that nostalgia, you have that physical game, but you cannot place that physical game inside your hardware because it's not supported. PlayStation 3, anyone? While Xbox allows you to play every generation of Xbox on your Series X disc edition, well, hey, a little bit of caveats here and there. But hey, Xbox is trying while PlayStation's dying. Am I right? Am I right? In another situation, in a move where it should have never happened to begin with, and I'm glad that this turned out this way. This is brought to you by Windows Central and Jez Corden. Halo campaign evolved, performed well on Xbox, but PlayStation 5 gamers gave it a collective shrug. Just 1% of PlayStation 5 gamers tried it, hurting Xbox brand identity for no real return. You were warned. Keep that game off that platform. They told you they didn't care about Halo, but you also send over the worst version of that game ever to exist. Yeah, it's graphically nice, but sometimes a shined up turd is just a smelly, shiny object. Nobody could have seen it coming. Much has been said about Xbox's previous approach to its gaming portfolio and the sprint to boost margin mandates seeded by Microsoft CFO Amy Hood. Xbox leadership put together a haphazard plan to publish icons like Gears of War, Halo, and Forza on PlayStation. Forza has been an utterly resounding success, but the other two, not so much. And what we have to say is, it's Forza Horizon, not Forza Motorsports. Listen, the brand damage that was done to such an extent, it could be irreversible based upon decisions made by individuals that don't game, don't care, and did not give a F about the Xbox brand. They just saw dollar signs and complained, why aren't you like PlayStation? Why aren't you like Nintendo? With them being drastically different from those platforms, we realize, was the juice worth the squeeze? To paraphrase my man Jez. I highly encourage you to go read this article because it was a huge mistake for them to send over Halo. Now, you will suffer and you must deal with the consequences because this will take years to recover. While both PlayStation and Xbox are champion exclusives, while pulling away from PC, Steam, and pushing forward with their first-party endeavors, Xbox takes a different approach with their first-party. Their first-party games have a long tail when it comes to story, campaign, multiplayer. PlayStation gives you a curated experience, a high-fidelity thought process of a single-player game with a story-driven narrative that mirrors movie-like expertise. With their background in film, Sony leverages that expertise to bring you titles like Wolverine and God of War Laufey. Those titles are set to launch onto the PlayStation platform exclusively, devoid of a PC release. Now, PC didn't play a large part in the PlayStation's plans because they need you to log in to the PlayStation Network. And knowing that PlayStation is heading full digital, that's a real reason for the pullback off of PC. You can see the PC PlayStation app soon to launch, with their games being available on PC through PlayStation, not through Steam, where they get 100% of their revenue while also having 100% of your login data. This is what this thing is all about. Total and absolute control. From the company that told you this is how you trade a game. Paraphrasing the great Shohei Yoshida, who is no longer at PlayStation. Well, we know now the mighty have fallen, and they have fallen to a place that is unrecognizable by most. In 2028, no matter what you guys do, kicking and screaming, you're going into a digital future where there will be no physical. Your only hope is to get a Project Helix. Well, this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know what it is. I'm going to keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. We're going to run it up on these bums. And if you thought you knew, well, now you know. I want you to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And you will be surprised of the level of content that is there for members. I can't wait to hear the response to this video. But again, I want you to do what PlayStation can't do. I want you to go with gamers game and winners win. And I want you to go play Mistfall, because it's inside Game Pass day one, and try to play the Game Pass.
Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. But most people never cross it. They stay there, watching, doubting, stepping back, because fear is not there to stop you. Is there to test you. The only place where success comes before work is in a dictionary. In real life, every dream demands sacrifice, discipline, and a level of effort most people are not willing to give. And yet, all your dreams can come true if you have the courage to chase them when no one believes, when no one is watching, when everything is against you. Because there's one truth that changes everything. You can't beat someone who never gives up. And the moment you decide to never quit, you are no longer competing with the world. You are building your destiny.